Hey guys, thanks for checking out my channel. Are you looking for a summer read? My debut fantasy novel, Echoes of Remnant Light, is available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. It's about a skyship captain who has to save her crew from an assassin's plot, and a young warrior who has sworn vengeance against the ruling magic users even though she is pledged to protect them. It's similar in tone to The Wheel of Time in James Islington's books, so if you like either of those, I think you'll like Echoes of Remnant Light. It's a hopeful fantasy with action, some political intrigue, and magic that has become a valuable, limited resource. There's a link in the description, and if you enjoy my book, don't forget to leave a review. Thanks again for visiting my channel. Malice is the first book in the Faithful and the Fallen series by John Gwynne, and it introduces the Banished Lands, a world of prophecy, plotting kings, and people who are not all they appear to be. An effective start to the 4-book series, Malice is a stimulating read that proves a good versus evil story set within a gray and violent world can work. Signs indicate the prophesied God War is approaching, and the champions of light and darkness, the bright star and the black sun, will soon appear. As alliances form and shift, the coalitions of the coming conflict begin to emerge, and their inevitable clash will change the Banished Lands forever. Characters abound in Malice, but this is very much Corbin's book. A boy on the verge of manhood, Corbin is the honorable character who does what is right, even when it takes him down the harder path. And that kind of journey is far more compelling than one with a morally gray character whose only goal is to one-up everyone else. Corbin's family is heavily involved in his life, and he in theirs. His parents teach him right and wrong, the value of hard work, to speak the truth, and to value courage and honor. They let him make mistakes and expect him to deal with the consequences, but their support is never lacking. Corbin and his sister argue and tease each other, but they also respect and protect each other. Reading about a healthy, loving family was awesome. Fractured families are also present, but the examination of the various familial relationships, especially the father-son dynamic, verifies that Corbin's family should be the norm and proves that a strong, stable family is vital for the individuals within that unit and for society as a whole. One of the ideas Malice explores is the nature of evil. Evil rarely presents its true self. Evil is cunning and deceptive. It often approaches with eloquent words and generous gifts whose sparkling surface conceals its deep corruption. And before you know it, you find yourself justifying the means to achieve the greater good. Words and actions should be compared to make sure they align, and both should be questioned. Don't blindly follow a charismatic or popular leader, and be wary of pride, which has been the downfall of many. The other ideas Malice explores are standing up for yourself, not letting your emotions rule you, thinking before fighting, and bearing the consequences of your choices. And it is spot on every time. Well done, John Gwynne. An abundance of characters and places is to be expected in an epic fantasy novel, but instead of gradually introducing the characters or stepping further into their stories before proceeding to the next one, Malice throws everything at you at once. The chapters are short, they introduce lots of people and places, and they jump from viewpoint to viewpoint excessively. As a result, it takes longer than it should to establish the main characters. You do eventually recognize the individuals in the ensemble, but they are a blur of meaningless names in the beginning. And in an odd contradiction to the frenzied introduction, the God War prophecy, the main plot of the series, takes far too long to appear. The whole book could be tightened up. The excess isn't fluff, but the book lacks a sense of urgency. A terrible prophecy is about to become reality, but half the chapters meander around the prophecy instead of directly responding to it. Secrets, illusions, and foreshadowing are fine and good, but they can and do overstay their welcome. The novel has an odd habit of showing preceding events in flashbacks. A character will ponder the event leading to the present, and during that rumination, the reader is shown the preceding event, and then the scene returns to the present and continues the story. Every moment doesn't have to be shown, but if these preceding ones were significant enough to be included in the story, they should have been incorporated so the reader would experience them in the character's present, especially since the flashbacks are only days or hours removed from the timeline instead of years. Or these odd flashbacks could have been removed and the reason for the character's present task could have been explained in a simple description, thought, or line of dialogue. Malice is a good versus evil story that acknowledges the classic conflict isn't always black and white. With action, political intrigue, characters you can easily root for, and a prophesied struggle of godly proportions, it's a strong series opening that will leave you immediately wanting the sequel.